Good evening, you guys. I am finally getting around, to making sure that I secure the bars that I cannot live without. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to take you with me to make a darn cup of coffee because I'm just feeling it. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to point you at the wall. So, a little background of my mad rush today. So I got 2 full weeks, 2 weeks of both of my children going to school before one of them got sick again. So yesterday, I had my whole day planned out, right? I had my whole day planned out about how I was going to do it. I was going to do club, blah, 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 blah. You guys all got my personalized messages today. I literally took a look at your individual lists to make sure that I was sending you things that you had gotten in the past, things that I knew you had, because I'm not just going to send you everything, right? That list is huge. You've seen it. It was on the back of your newsletter, right? So anyhow, so I did that, and I just got my day officially started, right? Because it's an 1.5-hour trip for me every single day to take the kids to school and get back home again for this tiny little, I don't know, snippet of time before I have to do it all over again. Okay, so I get home just a little bit after 9, sit down, kind of organize my stuff, let the dogs out, do the rigmarole with the animals again, get everybody settled, finally sit down, and lo and behold, the teacher, Elena's teacher, sends me a message and goes, hey, Elena's not really being herself. She doesn't want to eat, for starters. So if you guys have ever met Elena, she eats more than a full-grown man. She's this big and packs food away from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed. So she's I already know something's up because Elena's not eating. And I pack that kid the same size lunch that I would have packed James. And it comes back empty every day, with maybe some crackers on the bottom. So anyhow, so she tells me that, and then she's all she wants to do is lay in my lap. Red flag number 2. She never stops moving. She never stops moving. With the amount of food that she eats, it's not a surprise because the kid has got boundless energy. So I'm all right, I'm going to come get her. And she's are you sure she doesn't have a fever? I'm oh, I'm sure. I know when something's off with my kid. So I had to leave in the middle of my day yesterday, go get my kid, bring her back home. She falls asleep in the car. I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's just tired. Maybe I'm just lucky and she's just tired. No, by the time we get home, she's crying that her stomach hurts. And then this morning, I'm I already knew she wasn't going to school. So this morning, right, I'm trying to get a couple of things done before I gotta go wake up Haley, and she projectile vomits all over the couch. That's how I started my day. She's right as rain now, so I'm thinking she just ate something that really didn't agree with her. But of course tomorrow, because now they've learned they can teach kids online, we have had a quarterly e-learning day. And so Haley has e-learning. So that means that Nuggy's probably not going to school again, because why am I going to waste the time in the car and wake both of them up at the butt crack of dawn when I might as well just skip it, So, and then of course being interrupted 42 million times today by a child who was Mom, I want to watch Transformers. Do I want to watch Ninja Turtles? Do I want to... Holy smokes, kid, Mama's got to work. So anyhow, whatever. So I got her all settled. Everybody got their text message today. But we are now in the final hours of being able to secure our bars. And clearly, I didn't send you guys your whole list because some of you, have a mix of tastes like me, right? Which means that I had to send you a 400-page text, and that's just not a thing. So we're going to just kind of go through club together, and we're going to go through the bars that I can't live without. I'm going to set you on my stand here for a second so I can get my iPad up and rolling. But yeah, we're counting down to the final hours. Dobby is also releasing at 2 a.m. So when we get off here, I'm going to go take a nap because I don't know if he's going to sell out instantly, but it wouldn't surprise me. So I am not risking having my big kid be pissed off at me because I didn't secure the Dobby. So I will also be setting an alarm, which is another reason probably Nuggy won't be going to school tomorrow, right? Because Mom's got to get up in the middle of the night. Why is my my iPad only at 18%? Okay, we better be quick about this. I thought I charged this the other day. Clearly not. You can see how often I use it if I'm like, wow, it's almost dead. So anyhow, but Mom's got to get up in the middle of the night and secure some Dobby. So if anybody does want Dobby and you don't want to get up in the middle of the night, please let me know now. I will throw it into my bulk order tonight. Get the little house elf free and on his way, his sock and all. And I will just have him sent to me, and then we'll work out getting him to you later. So, because like I said, it would be my luck that if I decided I was going to go to sleep, right, like Dobby's going to sell out, and then my daughter, my 28-year-old, is going to cry. So we're just not risking that. Mom's going to make sure she gets up and gets it. Okay. Alrighty. So I am logging into my club here, and I probably should have checked to make sure that I was charged before this. And we're going to go through my clubs. We're going to go through my clubs. So I have 2 clubs. Okay. Now, you can have up to 3 clubs if you want. So you can do a monthly club, a bi-monthly club, or a quarterly club. And I have 2. I have a monthly club, and then I have a quarterly club. Yes, Dobby is a buddy. He is a buddy. So he's a little Steph. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I know I can find a picture of him. Let me pull up a picture of him, silly me. But, so he is a buddy. And, okay, so I'm not an avid Harry Potter fan, okay, right? Like, the avid Harry Potter fan is my oldest. She's read the books multiple times. She's watched the movies multiple times. Like, you know me, I'm Disney, I'm Star Wars. Not that I don't appreciate Harry Potter. But he's a house elf, Lynn. So he's from a movie. He's from the Harry Potter movies, and he's like one of the most iconic Harry Potter characters, right? So while I am not like this huge Harry Potter fan, and I'm gonna pull this up too just to kind of show you what I mean. And like I gave my kid the option. I let her see him. I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm sure. I have to have him." I'm like, okay, I love you. I love you enough to do it. Really, I love all of you guys enough to do it, right? Like, if anybody places a pre-order for Dobby, I'm going to get up for you regardless, okay? Because that's my jam. That's what I do. This is how I don't have to put my babies in daycare, so I'm good with this, right? So this is our Dobby buddy who is coming out on the first of the month, technically, but he will go live as soon as the first of the month hits, okay? So he goes live at midnight Mountain or Pacific Standard Time, and of course I'm in Central, so that makes it 2 a.m. my time. Now, tell me, I think he's too cute. Okay, so this is actually Dobby, right, from the movies, right? And he's a great character, but let's be straight, he's fugly, okay? He just is. Like, he's so ugly that he's cute. And I get that that's probably hard to translate into a stuffed toy, but like, he's adorable, okay? He's adorable. So like, in my mind, it doesn't necessarily jive. But again, I'm not the crazy Harry Potter fan, okay? So, you know, it just is. It just is. It is what it is, right? And I love my kid. So Mom's getting up. And Mom's getting the dang Dobby because I'm not risking it for her at all. So, okay. So look, back to the club and back to the bars because, like I said, I'm gonna need a dang nap. Plus, my kid got up at 5:30 this morning with that stomach ache, and then she threw up all over everything. So it's been a fun day. It just is. Okay. So when we originally got as a consultant, like the sneak peek to the list, right? Because that is one of the perks. Like I got to know at the beginning of the month all of the things that were coming back and the things that were not. Okay, so I did already kind of do a little bit of a clean out of my club. So I do have a monthly subscription. So these are bars that I get every single month. And some of them, I will be honest with you, like I set up before I really understood what, I know, he's so ugly, he's cute. I set this up before I really understood that I could have more than one. And like, it was my very first Bring Back My Bar that I ever did as a consultant. I'm like, I need these things all the time. And then, if you have things that you want me to put in tonight, Lynn, just shoot them to me in a message. So anything from Sunday, I'm just going to throw all into that one bulk order. And we'll go from there, or I can use your link, but we can chat for a minute. Like, I'm not immediately going to bed after this. So So anyways, so some of these bars in my club, okay, are initially from my very first Bring Back My Bar, okay, and I'm just going to kind of go through it. Like, you don't need to see my screen, okay, per se. Dumbo Circus Parade, right, like that bar I do actually use monthly. That is not going anywhere. I get 2 packages of cotton cleanups a month. If you were here Sunday, you understand why. If you do not have the amount of warmers that I have, very good point, okay, very good point. You don't need the cotton cleanups the way that I do. Cotton balls are fine. Like, cotton balls are absolutely fine, okay? You can absolutely use them, but when you get up to 40 plus warmers in your home, the cotton cleanup is gold because it sucks up to 5 cubes of wax, okay? I also have Cutie Pie Cupcake. That's monthly. That's never going anywhere. Blackcurrant and Bubbly. Smells like a screwball from the ice cream truck. It's one of my all-time favorites, and Scentsy makes that for me forever and ever and ever, right? They've been making these bars for me now for 3 years. They came out 3 years ago in a Bring Back My Bar, and they've been making them for me every single month for 3 years. So I get 1 bar of Cutie Pie Cupcake every single month. Okay, Blackcurrant Bubbly, I probably at this point could shift to quarterly if it got voted back. And I do believe that it might be coming back in our next spring, Bring Back My Bar, fall, I don't know, whatever. I think it got voted back the last time. Plum and White Woods. I would still leave that one monthly because that is a big seller for me at my one event that I do a year. So even though I don't melt that every single month, that one I'm not getting rid of. Stitch, Experiments, I don't even need to say Stitch. The Stitch bar, My Children Will Mutiny. I get that every month. Banana Nut Bread, that was James's decision that he had to have banana nut bread every single month. Coconut Cotton, I need that every month. Maui Mist, I need that every month. Vanilla Mint, I need that every month. I use it every month. Simply Irresistible, very good. Star Wars, duh. Pink Cotton, Pink Sugarberry Mint, okay? Here's a prime example. If you would have asked me at the end of last season if I thought Pink Sugarberry Mint was coming back, I would have told you absolutely, of course it is. Not only was it a scent a month that they brought to the catalog, they brought it out in all the things. We got it in pods, we got it in room spray, we got it in car bars. So I'm like, of course it's coming back. But I learned my dang lesson that no scent is safe. Okay, I had to experience Scentsy heartbreak and lose some of my favorites like Cranberry Garland, Evergreen and Grapefruit, Snow-Kissed Cranberry, right? Like, I didn't understand the concept of no scent is safe in the beginning. And I had to learn to go, oh, I don't trust them. No. So Pink Sugarberry Mint did not come back to this catalog. They clearanced everything. And I even got 6 more room sprays of the Pink Sugarberry Mint from the clearance section today. Or was it yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. When I put in the Gleam Box orders, right? Like, I grabbed more because they were still sitting in there. And that's like one of our all-time favorite fragrances. And like, I carry a room spray with me in my purse. And Haley's obsessed with the scent. So every time we go somewhere, of course, children, they have to inspect the bathroom. And the minute we walk into any single public bathroom, Haley goes, Mommy, get out the Scentsy. And I'm like, whether it really truly stinks in there, which, come on, public bathrooms can, or it doesn't, she immediately announces, Mommy, we need the Scentsy in here, it stinks. She will not use the bathroom until I spray room spray in a public bathroom. Like, she refuses. So I'm like, I better get more of that. Because we leave the house to go to the grocery store, to Target, to wherever, but she will not use a public bathroom without Scentsy room spray. It's a thing now. Vanilla Waves, I would have thought was a shoo-in. Yeah, right, Lynn, I'm telling you, carry that sucker in your purse. It's a lifesaver. Okay, Vanilla Waves, again, thought was a shoo-in. It did not return. Candy Cane Buttercream, we know. Hazelnut Latte from this Bring Back My Bar also ended up in my monthly club, right? Like, I'm going to get 2 bars of Hazelnut Latte every single month. You can still add Bring Back My Bars through the next few hours, okay? Till 2 a.m. our time. All right, so we have a lot of fragrances leaving us, okay? So I have to decide what can I not live without and what belongs in monthly. Like, what do I have to have in my house every single month? And what belongs in quarterly. So there's already a few that I know. And again, it's a long list, you guys, right? Like, I can repost this for you one more time, but pretty much you got an idea. A lot of it's leaving, right? Because a lot of it's fall, a lot of it's Christmas, but some of your fall and Christmas scents might not come back. So I recommend quarterly on if it's a particularly seasonal fragrance, okay? So apple and cinnamon sticks, not my jam. All right, let's see. I'm just going to go through the ones that I plan to add. So apple cherry strudel. I need this. I need this in my life, but I can live with that being quarterly, okay? Around the campfire, I do like to mix that still occasionally. That can go quarterly though. Like, I don't need it every single month, but if it doesn't come back, I'm going to get mad. So, autumn road trip. Autumn road trip. I'm going to put that in monthly for now, honestly, because not only do I use that bar, but Lexi really uses that bar. And I'm afraid because it was in a last chance sticker for the scratch stickers that I send you guys. I'm really terrified that autumn road trip will not be back. And that is a gorgeous, crisp fall apple without being specifically to fall. It's just got this tiny hint of that silver oak in it that is amazing. Let's see. I do love Be Merry, but I can live without it. I've got red berries and spruce in my club. Bright Cider Life. Now, can't gamble with that one. That's got to go quarterly. Cashmere and corduroy. Okay. That, I'm afraid for it too. Okay. Because its partner is Blue Sage and Tonka. And Blue Sage and Tonka gets to stay, and Cashmere and corduroy is leaving. That makes me nervous. Not only that, that is like Lexi's go-to bar. And there's that, like, I have to respect the addictions of my bigs, not just me, right? Like, this is a family business. We do it together. A lot of the time, like, my kids will come live. My kids have the own things that they want. Like, they have their own favorites. And if mom does this for a living and can't get them their favorites, mom's in the doghouse. So that's a no-bueno for me. So Cashmere and corduroy is going to have to go monthly. What other ones can I not live without? My cozy cardigan lovers. Okay, I can live without cozy cardigan. It was another one of the stickers. Okay, so it was another one of the stickers. And I don't know if that's a clear indication. I've never seen it before. Some of us happen to catch it. And of course, they've now got us on high alert. So if you love cozy cardigan, put that in your club right now. Do not hesitate. Do not play games. I'm telling you, put that in your club right now. Let's see. Cinnamon buttercream was also one of those stickers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cozy cardigan either, really. Like, it's a little too powdery for me, but I lean more woodsy, fruity, and I can't even think, bakery, right? I lean fruity, woodsy, and bakery. So if you are a more fresh, clean linen, romantic fragrances, cozy cardigan, you'll know. Okay. Eucalyptus wreath. We've got Just Breathe back, okay? And some of you on Sunday, okay? Just Breathe was a nostril burner for you, like it was a nose burner, where I'm all over like, I cannot wait to get that in the body wash. I'm going to douse myself in it. My kids are excited for it, right? Like, we like that good, strong eucalyptus. But if you like a mild eucalyptus, there's no guarantee that's coming back. I mean, there's no guarantee any of this is coming back. So, I do like falling apples. I really enjoyed falling apples because it's a woodsy apple. It's a smoky apple. I think for the time being, I'm going to put a placeholder for falling apples in my quarterly club because that's only 4 bars a year. It doesn't hurt my feelings, right? Like, if it return, like, okay, so say if you do a quarterly club, right? And we get the information, 6 months from now. The catalog typically runs 6 months. You're really at most going to get 2 bars of that, right? And then you'll get the new list of things that are coming back, and you can take what's coming back out, but what you can't live without will be safe, okay? And some of you are a little bit newer to club, so there is absolutely no fee to join Scentsy Club, Okay, it is a completely free service with the exception of paying for your products. Okay. In addition to that, if you spend $30 or more, you're going to get 10% off your entire club automatically. So it's like getting the discount that you're getting this month every single month or whenever your club runs, right? Like you're going to get the 10% off of that. Trust me, $30, it's like a no-brainer, okay? Third of all, if you have $60 or more in that club, you get a half off item. So you can use those for a brick. You can use those for a whiff box. You can use those for your washer whiffs because those are high ticket items. And you can get those for like $15 using your club, okay? In addition to that, the shipping is also $2 cheaper in Scentsy Club than it is regular shipping. They give that to Scentsy Clubbers as a perk. Now, I happen to know that the minimum shipping charge that UPS will charge standard is $13, so we're already getting the discount off of what UPS and FedEx are going to charge because it's going through a business, okay? So there are a lot of perks to Club and absolutely zero drawback. Zero drawback. So if you decided, 2 weeks from now, I don't really want this, you can cancel it and there's no fees, okay? So this is why I'm telling you and sharing all the perks of Scentsy Club because literally like we are in the countdown hours to where you don't really have to say goodbye to your favorite fragrances. And not only that, if you don't even want your club to run right away, right, there's a little checkbox when you're setting it up saying don't process right away. Just uncheck that box and it won't run until the next cycle. So it's not even like you've got to come out of pocket tonight to lock in your bars, okay? So I just want to make that perfectly clear. It does not have to come out of pocket tonight. Let's see. What else can I not live without? First day of fall. It's such a good fall fragrance. That's going to go in my quarterly club. Fluffy Fleece, you jackbutts. I really had high hopes that Fluffy Fleece was going to stick around into spring and summer. They brought back Jammy Time and took away Fluffy Fleece. And because I do not trust them, and I love Jammy Time, right? But I've got Jammy Time in a brick, and I will put in Fluffy Fleece, hands down, every single time. I want it in all the things. I have it in all the things, especially my 21 bottles of soft haul that I did. Fluffy Fleece is going to go into my monthly club. Grab Cracker Crunch. That's my peanut butter bar. Okay, if you are a bakery lover and you have yet to try Graham Cracker Crunch, put that baby in your club right now. It smells like fresh peanut butter cookies. It is divine. It also mixes really good with pumpkin roll for pumpkin peanut butter bread. Like anytime you want to twist a peanut butter in any bakery scent or just literally on its own, it's freaking mouth-watering, you need Graham Cracker Crunch. 100%. That is a monthly bar. I will not live without that. What else do we have? I'm not a spice fan. Okay, I'm not a spice fan. Maple Apple Bourbon. Maple Apple Bourbon it's a big time like fan favorite, although it didn't make our top sellers list this year. And I feel like I saw a sticker for it, but I don't remember and I'm not looking it up. So, again, and let me put it out this way. Like if you're a person who likes fall scents year round, okay, so like if you like those spice scents year round and you don't really like all the fruity, the aquatic, the, all of those fragrances, this is a great way to do it too, where you can get fall. Like I have, like my mom melts pine year round. I don't blame her, I do too. I know my friend Patty melts pine all year round. Like if that's your, like if fall scents and winter scents are your go-to, put them in your club because then they'll make them for you even during the summer months, okay? So Maple Apple Bourbon, if that's one of your favorites, make sure you put that in there. What else? I've experienced quite a few of these to know what I can live without and what I can't. And again, it's a really long list. But I'd say that I'm getting a little more sophisticated with it. But like you heard my monthly club, right? And at some point I have to adhere to some sort of budget on this. But, it is. It just is. And not only that, like, on the upside as a consultant, right, like I get cash back on my own club and technically, like I don't even feel guilt for it, right? Like I just don't feel guilt for it. It is what it is. I have scent memories tied to a lot of things. Let's see. I don't need salted caramel toffee. That's a good one, but I have toffee butter crunch. Scarlet Sunflower is a beautiful one, but I can live without it. What else? Very Merry Cranberry, Very Snowy Spruce, Winterberry Apple Tea. Okay, Winterberry Apple Tea. That will go into my quarterly club. It is one that I tend to forget that I have, because also as a consultant, I get all of the new things and I want to sniff them and review them and share them with you guys. But Winterberry Apple Tea, I know that was on the sticker list. It has come out in all kinds of things. I don't trust them. I don't. So Winterberry Apple Tea is going into my quarterly club, okay? So let's see exactly how many bars. All right, so right now in my monthly club, does it give me a count of how many items I have in here? And by the way, my other consultant friends, my Scentsy sisters, tell me that I'm crazy about my club, but I don't care. I don't think it's that bad, right? Like, I've got a total discount of $27.35 plus discounted shipping, plus I get 25% cash back on this. So, like, I can justify my addiction. That's why I do what I do. It doesn't tell me how many items are in here. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add more items to my club. And we'll see exactly how many more bars I am adding to my club this evening. Hi, Mama. I mean, bad gateway, you dingbat. Come on, my iPad's at 15%. I'm not even going to make it through this if you start acting up. It's probably because I closed the screen. And I don't really want to jump over my computer right now. My Scentsy Club. Oh, the other thing that I should tell you guys about too, okay, Scentsy Club also has a rewards program. So for every $1 that you spend in Scentsy Club, you get reward points. And the way that, I mean, as a consultant, I don't get the reward points because I get the cash back, but you can also automatically set up your reward points to apply discounts to future Scentsy Club shipments. So that is a perk too. So you can get even further discounts on future shipments. So you know what, my iPad's being dumb. I'll just do this from the computer. But let me tell you about my quarterly club here real quick. But I'm going to be adding 4 brand new bars to my monthly club, and 5 bars to my quarterly club. So in my quarterly club, and this will give you a general idea, and we're not going to talk about the size of this, but again, it's only 4 times a year. Okay, I get toasted marshmallow. And a lot of you got to sniff through some of my club bars on Sunday too, right? Like, you guys got the opportunity to be like, oh, I want that bar. But you only got access to that bar because of Scentsy Club and because I'm able to not have to give these bars up, right? That's the beauty of it. That's why I love the club so much. I've got toasted marshmallow. I've got Fiji flower, okay? Highly coveted bar. I don't share, but Fiji flower is coming in laundry, so I might take one of my bars to send you a fragrance sample to check out the new laundry because we begged and begged and begged and begged, and Scentsy listened. Coffee Tree. Coffee Tree is in my club. Sheer Leather. It's actually not my bar. I would melt it. But my brother-in-law is super obsessed with sheer leather. Like, I bought him 15 pods from the flash sale in sheer leather, because anytime that I see sheer leather of any kind, right, like, I know that I'm just getting it for him. Like, I gift a lot of Scentsy, you guys. I really do. Graduation. 2 bars of red berry and spruce are in my quarterly club. And again, that's another one I thought that I was a shoo-in. And like, I was having a conversation with one of my sisters who wasn't here on Sunday. And she's like, I need all your red berries and spruce. I'm like, no, I'll give you a couple. Like, we can talk a couple, but you can't have them all. Like, I done told you about Scentsy Club. Bubblegum, now my bar. That's the children's. Toffee Butter Crunch. So good. World Traveler, that's an amazing one. It's Love, that was a Valentine's bar, that's Haley's bar. Little Mermaid Kiss the Girl, that's a really good bar. Red, White, and Berry Pie, one of my favorite bakeries of all time. Root Beer Float, also not my bar, okay. Route 66, not my bar. Angel from Stitch, Okay, that one is mine. It was originally in a monthly club, and then I shifted it to my quarterly club when it came back out. I know, red, white, and berry pine is amazing. It's so good. It's the summer version of maraschino sugar cookie, and it is to die for, and I made sure that I was always going to get it. Angel is like, it's not a bar that I gravitate towards through all the time. It's not one I'm always reaching for, but it smells like raspberry bubblegum, and that's the gum that my dad used to chew. So like, it's a scent memory for me, right? Like, I have an emotional attachment to that dang fragrance, and when I'm feeling like I want to think about him or I want to be around him, like, I'm gonna pop that in my warmers. Okay, My Dear Watson, mine and James's bar. My Hero, like, that was one of our original bars, right? Like, we're talking a decade ago when he first introduced me to Scentsy. My Dear Watson was one of his fragrances, and I love the manly clone scents, so it worked out well for us. My Hero, also his dang bar, but I love the scent too. Moana Spirit of Motunui. I like it. I've got my air filter, okay, for my air purifier in my quarterly club, because I only really have to change my air filter on my air purifier about that often. And instead of paying $35 for the filter, I use my half off credit and I only pay $17. Glacier water, that I have in my club for my father-in-law. He barely comments on the things that I put in the house. Sometimes, well, when he does comment, it's because it's too much, because he's got very sensitive eyes, and sometimes the really strong fragrances can make his eyes water. And I had been testing this bar when it was Scent of the Month. They happened to be here staying with me, and he could not stop talking about Glacier water and how much he loved it. It wasn't hurting his eyes. The house smelled really good, and I'm like, I need to make sure that I have that every time they visit, so that I have it for him. NHL Fresh Ice. We're all mad here. You know I need my Alice, right? Gimme Candy. 2 bars quarterly. Warm Pumpkin Drizzle. That was the bomb, especially when you mix it with Hug in the Mug. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing combination. Okay. Caramel Buttercream. Very good. Crumb Top, also from Bring Back My Bar, right? Like, my quarterly club is not run until after all of this goes away. Crumb Top, absolutely a fan, like that brown sugar note in that, if you were a bakery lover. And again, bakery is really just kind of my kitchen. Crumb Top has this really decadent brown sugar note in it that just makes your mouth water. It is the epitome of a really good bakery bar. So that's secure. Ooh, I found a bar I can take out. Green tea smoothie. I threw that in there at the end of last month as a placeholder. And the only reason that we got the extension, by the way, on Bring Back My Bar is because there were shipping delays for a different region internationally. So they didn't even get their Bring Back My Bars until it was almost over. So they extended everybody, which I'm grateful for, right? Like, that was awesome. And I did test out green tea smoothie. It's too green. It's too green. It can come out of my club. I don't need a spot for it. And then the last 2 in there are Perk Me Up and Vanilla Cream. Okay. They're both really, really good bars. But that hazelnut latte, man, that blew me out of the frickin' water. It has been sold out since the beginning of this month. Like, it was the first Bring Back My Bar to sell out was hazelnut latte. So it doesn't shock me that it sold out first, but like, you can still add hazelnut latte to your club right here, right now. So I just kind of wanted to go over this with you guys as a follow-up with the text messages. Like, okay, here's what I'm talking about. Here's why I'm talking about it. I'm not just telling you to sell you. I share with you guys because I am so passionate and so grateful for Scentsy Club to be able to keep my favorites, right? Make me the bar forever and ever. Like, there's certain things that I don't want to lose, and it seems so silly to be attached to a wax bar, right? I get that it does. But scent is literally the strongest tie to our memories. Period. It's the strongest sense tied to our memories. Like, like, if you walk in a room, you're like, it smells like my grandma's house, or it smells like this. Like, you associate scent with good memories, bad memories, everything in between. And I have an emotional attachment to a lot of these bars. So when I tell you about Club and when I talk about Club, one, the perks of it are just freaking awesome, right? Like, you're not losing out on nothing. All of it is good. Everything is positive. But really, it's because I personally use Club and I am passionate about it. So, yeah, Vicky, you, like, when I've screen shared my Club in the past, all right, you guys really want to know? You really want to know? Because, like, Vicky's seen a screen share in the past. But like, I didn't want to not show my face. So Facebook doesn't let me do a screen share and show my face at the same time. My quarterly Club after discounts is $228. And that only runs 4 times a year. Okay, $228. And I can count the items. You guys really want to know? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's roughly 40 bars. Roughly 40 bars. Okay. Mom, you are making the holy shit face. Okay. But bear in mind, really for me as a consultant, because I do what I do, let's see, 228 times 0.70. Oh, hold on. 228 times 0.70. It's really only 159, so it's like 160. Okay, it's 160. All right, because I actually, like, I hit like, we get a bonus every month if we do what we're supposed to do and blah 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 blah. Right. So really, for me, it's 160 and it's 4 times a year, which is not bad. My monthly Club has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 bars. So 17 bars isn't bad. It's really not bad. 17 bars a month. And like, you gotta think, right? Like, I go through 5 bars a day. That 17 it's not even enough to last me 2 weeks. Okay? So, it's just not. I mean, if I change, and that's not even filling every warmer, right? Like, some of these are just decoration. Like, I just love the way they look. I mean, if you were in the big room on Sunday, right? Like, I would need 2 bars to fill my big room. I have a limit, okay? 3 go down here. Thanks, Mama. And then I can do 2 bars upstairs. I don't count Lexi's room, so technically it would be 3 bars upstairs, 3 bars downstairs. But Lex has her own stash. She changes her own wax. Like, I don't touch her space, right? I just provide the goods for her addiction. It's fine. So I'm just her dealer. I'm her wax dealer. So anyhow, so technically, like, we can go through 6 bars in one day in my house. 17 bars ain't nothing. It's nothing. So I told my mom your last name so you guys can connect here on Facebook. But yeah, like, we should do another whole girls day. So, okay. So my monthly Club. Okay. My monthly Club is $134.15 technically. Okay, but if I times that by 0.70, which is actually it's under $100 a month, right? So, hey, Anna, so I don't really think that that's that bad, okay? So, like, when you look at it and you look at the math, really from the consultant side of things, like, it's okay for me to have an extreme Club because really, it's, and again, like, I started this to support and feed my own addiction. It did, and then I just fell in love with it. And like, my journey and my story and like why I'm doing this, right, has changed over time. It has changed over the last 3 years. I'm not the same person today, clearly, that I was 3 years ago when I joined. Like, I had gotten out of the corporate world. I was a corporate 9-to-5 mommy who never saw her kids, who never saw her husband, who was, freaking losing her dang mind trying to juggle all the things. And then, my kid got hand, foot, mouth, and my husband put his foot down and said, all right, enough is enough. You don't have to work, and you're not gonna, and we're gonna change our life. So we changed everything, We sold our home. I quit my job. We moved into a fixer-upper after coming out of a new build, right? Like, y'all saw my ceilings, let's be honest, and my workbench in the kitchen. Like, we moved into a fixer-upper because my husband was handy, because it was a lot less expensive. It was half the drive for him to work. And then we moved into this house, and I didn't even have half the boxes unpacked, and the freaking world shut down. And I'm like, now I can't see any people. Nobody. Like, I was grounded at home. And then, of course, all of my friends are now freaking out because they don't want their kids in daycare. And I get it, right? Like, we were all scared. And they're like, well, you're a stay-at-home mom now. Can you take my children? And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you no because I love you. So it was me, from bigwig, corporate, HR manager, 9-to-5 mom, all of a sudden to I am stuck at home with no people, nowhere to go, like, and 6 kids. I'm like, I was losing my marbles, okay? And then I just happened to see this Vader warmer scroll across Facebook, and I'm like, my husband needs that. We need to have that in our life. And I went and hunted down in some mom's group. I'm like, I need a mom who does Scentsy because I have to have him. And then I ended up meeting one of, like, shoot, we talk every day. I ended up making a best friend from some random mom's group about bored mommies stuck at home during COVID. And it turned into all of this, right? Like, it's changed. It's changed over time. So, I don't know. I don't think my club's that bad. That's really what it comes down to, right? Like, it just kind of kept growing from there. And, like, I had no idea my life was going to fall apart 8 months ago, right? But god dang it, I'm really, really freaking grateful for you guys and this community and this foundation that I had already built, to where my kids didn't have to now also lose their mom and not see me all day long. And that, you know, when my kid projectile vomits all over the couch like she did this morning, right, that I didn't have to call somebody who, you know, apologetic, okay, and I will throw an income disclosure statement link down in the bottom to keep my butt covered legally. But, like, I didn't have to call a boss and be like, I'm really sorry, my kid is sick again, right? Because I've had, I don't even think I can count on one hand the number of weeks I've had since Thanksgiving where I haven't had somebody home sick at some point, right? You know, I made it 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, maybe we're out of it. And then I was like, oh, here we go again. We're going again. So, like, I cannot imagine my life without Scentsy. Like, my old boss, and I love him, right? Like, I still talk to him. I still go to my old job. Like, my coworkers are still asking me, when you coming back? And I'm like, I love you, but I'm not. I was just in there a few weeks ago, right? I'm like, hey, who wants to have some lunch? Or I brought the kids in or something. I don't know. And so anyways, like, I would have had to call him and be like, hey, I'm not coming in again. And that would have been a problem. I mean, even though we're still friends, even though we still talk, even though we can still grab lunch, right? And we can joke and I can show up, like, me calling in repeatedly as much as I would have had to this season, right? Whew. Yeah, I would have been fired. I'd have been fired by now, okay? Plus, you know, I couldn't mentally do my job for a long time. If I had to have, like, that corporate 9-to-5 and I didn't have any flexibility and I didn't have, like, the freedom to be like, okay, I need to take care of this right now during business hours, and I'll circle back at night and, oh, here, let me just pop on camera and sniff some wax, right? Like, tell me that I do not have the best job in the world, and I will tell you you're crazy, because I absolutely do. So, all right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to answer the couple of questions you guys have about Last Chance or putting in first orders when things roll over tonight. And then I'm going to go take a dang nap. And then I'm going to procure me some darn Dobbies tonight and keep my children happy. Because literally that is what my life is all about, is keeping these kids happy at this point. Like, I ain't got nothing else except you guys, which thank God I do, because I'm already half cut crazy and I don't need any extra help. So I will talk to you guys later. If you have questions, shoot me some messages. You probably got about 40 minutes before I crash for Dobby nap time. Bye.